I'm going to show you how to improve your frame rate for Hogwarts Legacy, at least on PC. I haven't seen what the UI is like for console. I don't know if you can change the graphics settings very much on console, but at least for PC, if you have an older graphics card, the main number one thing that you're going to want to turn down is actually going to be the shadow quality. This is the main thing that affects your graphics card because this game's made in Unreal Engine, and the lighting and the shadows is the number one killer for graphics cards in Unreal Engine. So if you turn that down and your graphics card's like a 1080 or something or lower, then that will be the number one thing that'll stop the game from just like lagging, having these horrible frame drops. If you actually have a really bad processor in your computer, then you could try turning down other things too, but nothing's going to do as much for the graphics card as shadow quality. So keep that in mind. The other thing to look for, now again, I don't know what it looks like for console, so I'm sorry, console players, but hopefully there's something that'll help. I mean, it'll be in these if there's something similar at all for this type of stuff. But one thing that can happen that can cause horrible lag in this game is this upscale type option. Now, for some reason, mine defaulted to AMD FSR2, even though I have an NVIDIA graphics card, unless this is actually using... I think when I put on AMD, it uses my processor instead of my graphics card, but graphics cards are better at upscaling, is my understanding. But either way, mine defaulted to this one, but I have an NVIDIA card, so I used NVIDIA INS instead, and it instantly stopped frame drops, where, like, not all frame drops. So I'd still turn shadows down in my case, but the thing was the default setting made the game play at, like, 5 frames per second. So that's the other one. Check this setting and see if that is set to the wrong thing. And then also, while you're at it, you can turn the sharpness up to make the game not look as blurry if the game's looking like super blurry. So those are the quick, easy fixes for any of the setting stuff. Also, if you're on a 2000 series or higher and has a bunch of these things turned on with ray tracing, you could try turning all these off if you're having like lag drops and frame drops and things. And that'd be like maybe the last thing to look at. So also, if you do all of everything I just said and you're still having performance issues, there's some more like emergency things you can do, like to try to make it better, but will make the game look terrible. You can turn the upscale mode down even further to like performance, which will make it render in 960 by 540. Try to upscale it, which will actually significantly increase performance, but make it look pretty bad. And then if your GPU is what's holding you back, you can try going through these ones, and there's tips on the right which ones affect GPU performance, but not all these actually work good. Like, for example, if you, like in my particular case, if I turn post-process quality to low, I actually get worse performance for some reason. It screws my game up really bad. So the ones that I've had the best luck with playing with have been fog quality and material quality, and sometimes effects quality. So those are other emergency ones you can play with, but you're going to have to go through each one of these for your exact hardware, because like in some cases turning them up makes better performance, in some cases turning them down makes better performance, depending on what graphics card you have and what features it has and all that type of stuff. But yeah, the biggest thing though, no matter what, is if you absolutely need to get better frame rate, is you turn the upscale type to performance, and then it'll make the game look really, really weird like this. It should give better performance. Now, if the performance is weird, try changing those settings. I had a bunch of them on low, and someone just made it play worse, so I turned them back to high, except for shadows. And then that plus the reduced resolution, and then I can go run around and not get, like, totally crazy stuttering frame drop. So you're going to have to choose your compromise if you have bad hardware on what way you want to go between bad performance or bad visuals. So that's up to you. And finally, if you tried all this and you're still getting stutters and bad things, like bad frame rates and stuff, there's one last thing that I've played with that has been pretty good, is just using global quality preset and just have it keeping everything at the same level but reducing it. So like if everything's at high, and instead of putting down random ones, if you just try putting down everything to medium or everything to low, for some reason that seems to make it work better than just picking random ones to turn to low. Like if I start picking random things to put into low, that doesn't really do much sometimes, or even makes it worse a lot of the time. But if I put them all to medium or all to low, it increases stability significantly. So like my final verdict would basically be, you want to go with shadow quality first, set it to low, see if that helps. And then you can also try making sure this is on the right thing, and then setting it to quality instead of ultra quality or something. And if it's still pretty bad, then you can just go over to the graphics settings and try setting them down as a whole. And so try medium, and if that doesn't work, try low. And if that doesn't work, and you're at low on everything, and it's still playing bad, then try turning this down to performance, because it makes it look so ugly. I'd really save this for a last resort. Also, make sure you turn the sharpness up, or else it's going to be very, very blurry. So that will hopefully do, one of these things will hopefully do it for you and make the quality better, or make the gameplay consistency, this frame rate consistency a lot better. Yeah, hopefully it helps you out, guys. And if there's anything on console, it'd be similar settings maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, mainly just gonna play with settings. I don't know what the console UI looks for, so I'm sorry for console players. But for PC players at least, that is the number. Those are the main things that you should try to turn down if you're having frame drops in Hogwarts Legacy.